What's going down? Welcome to the Blacksmith. Today I have a video for you from a YouTuber by the name of Circle of Kings. He does pretty good content. And this video, modern women getting triggered, men having standards. What is this about? Is this happening in today's time? Or is this just like an anomaly? What's going on, right? This is 2023. This is not like 1950, right? Well, men are expected to act the same way and better than men back in the days, while today's women, well, I'll put it this way. Not all, but most women are either doing for themselves and not for the man they have in their life, while men are expected to sacrifice all for their women. And it's kind of the trade-off of what's going on. But don't believe me, maybe I'm wrong. Let's check into this video, see what he says. Let's get into it.
Most women have never heard the word no even once in their lives. Imagine what that actually does to them. Women say they want men to be peaceful and non-violent. However, when a man doesn't want to have a relationship with a competitive and combative boss babe, they call him insecure. If women want men to respect them, they can start by having the garbage they spout make sense. When men have standards and want a valuable woman who will be an asset in their lives by being feminine, caring, nurturing, and supportive, these women get triggered and start name-calling men. That doesn't make sense now, does it? If a woman tells you that you are not good enough for her, it's pointless to argue with her. Walk away. It's like going to the inn club and they will not let you enter. If enough people walk away, the club will have two choices. Either allow more people in or go bankrupt. The same woman who will leave you for a Chad is just as likely to leave Chad at a later date and repeat the process until her own stock goes down as well. And only then, out of the blue, they come running back to you. The reality is that the only reason why these women are complaining is not because they care about us. They are only triggered because they can't infringe on our pursuit and happiness since we are going our own way. Men need to start grading women like you would breeding stock. You need to know what the woman would offer your children genetically, like intelligence, calm demeanor, athleticism, and long life. You also need to know that the two of you are genetically compatible. That requires tests. Men need to put their intimacy drive on the back burner and look past the physical features of women and think about the children they wish to bring into the world.
Real quick, and this is very important, and it's really hard to convey this message. I'm talking to the men, right? For you ladies, if you're here, hey, welcome. And men, we have to be more responsible, fellas. We got to be. Like, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of men out there walking around, millionaires, billionaires, and I think all men in general would love to be in that level. That's another whole topic of conversation in a later date, about all men trying to get to that high value status or whatever, but not everyone's going to be a billionaire. I hate to say that. But we got to start being more responsible when it comes to vetting and picking the women in our lives. Okay, and we gotta have more sexual responsibility. I mean, discipline. Like, don't get me wrong, I sound like a hypocrite when I say this, but we can't go around fucking everything we see. That's the bottom line, because you put yourself at risk. And you gotta put more things on an important list than just fucking. But then again, like I said, we all have our urges, and when we making money and doing our thing, for the men that are winning in the world, making money, they're doing it. You kind of want to do what the fuck you want to do and say, hey, fuck off. I want to do what I want to do. And I get it, bro. I get it. But that's another topic for another day. Let's continue.
Men also need to connect with a mate that will be an asset to them, to their children, and to their family at large. It may be offensive, but it's not wrong to grade them. They grade men all the time with an endless checklist. You see, what these women fail to realize is that the universal laws of nature cannot be avoided. Men have specific characteristics, both physical and mental, for particular reasons. They're providers, protectors, and leaders. Women have specific physical and mental characteristics for particular reasons as well. They're nurturers and caregivers. They're meant to have children, raise those children, and provide emotional and spiritual support to the family unit. Over the past few years, a number of magazine articles that target the boss woman type have made the claim that there are no longer any good guys. You know, the kind of ladies who lament their inability to meet decent men but long to appear in a suit and tie on magazine covers. Women are naturally promiscuous. which implies that they constantly search for a bigger and better arrangement, also known as hypergamy. If you're a working woman in your 40s or 50s, you've ascended the corporate ladder. You are a doctor, a lawyer, or another important member of today's society, and you have accumulated a sizable fortune. Your wall is filled with numerous pieces of paper that tell the tale of your accomplishments and are framed in mahogany. Your degrees, certifications, awards, and prizes. But the problem is that men aren't attracted to women because of their degrees. Women view men as objects of achievement, but men are attracted to them because of their female qualities, their beauty, and personality. Women are viewed as attractive and desirable objects. That is the simple reality about men and women. As you move up the social ladder as a woman, earning all this money, holding corporate jobs, and doing other things of that nature, you've probably already purchased and/or paid off your home. You can tell you're good if you drive a gorgeous car that most women could only imagine owning. Your field of potential dates is less because you only date up and across. You exclusively date guys who make at least the amount of money you make in a year or more. Men are inherently attracted to younger women. Why? Because they are youthful, they are more attractive, they still have a very long life ahead of them. Their fertility is higher. Evolutionary psychology can explain why guys do it, from an evolutionary biological point of view. There is nearly always a chapter or section of the book devoted to attraction levels, and from surveys from all over the world, from all cultures and from every region of the world, where men are shown images of attractive women from the ages of 18 right up to 70. And guess what? Men mostly find women in their early 20s as the most attractive. Men have always regarded women as objects of beauty. Thus, no amount of societal pressure, magazine articles, or other efforts to change this relationship have ever been successful.
You know, when we're thinking about this, right, and everything he's talking about, and it's true, definitely true. Everything from men and women, how we look at each other. Like, no offense, men and ladies, I'm not saying anything bad, but women do look at men as success objects, and men do look at women as sex objects. But let me explain that in detail very, very fast. Like, not all women just look at you as a wallet, and there are some, not all, there's only some, a small amount of women in honorable or humanistic type of way look at a man and say, hey, yes, I want him to provide, but what else does he offer? Is he a good guy? Does he have good leadership? Comes from a good family? What is his values and morals? Right? They want to kind of know, what kind of man are you? And that's the good way to probably come across it to a man. Men, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies. I don't care what man it is. I don't care if it's a tall man, short man, fat man, skinny man, evil man, good guy, tyrant, whatever. All men want the same thing when they meet you, women. That's sex. The only difference is when you come across a man, what man is going to want you more than just sex? What does he want for the future with you when joining with you? That's the kind of guy you want to pay more attention to, okay? But women usually don't look at that. And on the other thing, when it comes to hypergamy, yes, 10 women will only date maybe the top 2 men because the other 8 are not suitable, not attractive enough. And hey, if the guy doesn't make more money than me, I'm not going to date him. That's kind of weird. Imagine men saying that. I'm not going to date a woman unless she makes more money than me. What would my dating pool look like? Like, really think about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I only dated women who made more money than me, then would I be dating less women? Oh, absolutely, yes. So, but let's continue. Let's get back into it, not to digress.
For example, the common rhetoric that men should only date women their own age and fat acceptance rules are becoming more common. That's okay, but what does men's behavior suggest to you exactly? You will have a reduced selection of prospective dates to choose from once you have ascended the corporate ladder and completed all of that corporate ambition checklist you've had since your college days. What's left for men to choose from in the dating pool is often made up of younger women rather than women their own age. So what are the characteristics that older men search for in women their own age? Due to my own experience, I can attest that women in that age bracket are often unsuitable for committed relationships. I'll tell you why. They have generally seen everything. They have had a number of partners over the years. There are typically young children with them from previous husbands or lovers. They might also be practically intolerable in some circumstances, and exceedingly unpleasant in others. Older men who now earn better and hence have financial stability are looking for women of a higher caliber. They don't want to come back home to arguments over petty issues. They want peace of mind. They are looking for compassion. They are looking for a woman who can transform his house into a welcoming home. In the end, that's all that really matters. It also says a lot about why there are so many younger guys dating so many of these older women, that many of these successful women have made a lot of money, had a nice house and car, and frequently go out and meet these younger guys in nightclubs and bars and just pick them up, hook up with them, and do their thing with them until they end up in a relationship. I'll add that a lot of these ladies in their 40s and even 50s who favor dating these young men do so merely because that's what they get. These young men are in their prime, innocent and seeking life experiences that they can share with their friends. And as you undoubtedly already know, many of the older group of males find it difficult or impossible to function in the bedroom, so at that time these wealthy women view these younger men more as objects of beauty. Since older women frequently date younger men, many older men will start dating some of these younger girls in order to escape the unpleasant older women who occasionally bring children to the relationship from their previous marriages. If there is any advice I could give any of the younger women out there, it would be this. Pick a man when you are young to start a family with, because while you're young, beauty is on your side. Age works in your favor, but it won't be the same in 10 years. Some late 30s or even early 40s women want to settle down and start families. I can only tell them that your chance to get pregnant is almost gone. High-risk pregnancies are on the rise. Other available treatments to make you conceive are increasingly expensive and uncertain, no matter what Big Pharma says. So, younger women should focus more on a man's future than his present.
Well, there you have it. Most definitely everything he's saying is hitting right on point. Everything from women choosing pregnancy, later date, men dating younger women. I definitely agree on that. And it's more of a biological type of thing. There was a study that showed that men between the ages of, I want to say 18, I'm not sure if it was 64 or 68 years old. Either way, it's still in the 60s. These type of men all found women attractive around the age of 18 and 24. And that's very interesting. A young man and an older man. And generally, after taking a vote in a survey, usually pointed to women around those ages. The question is why? What, the young men are perverts? The old men are perverts? They're all perverts? You got to be careful with the shaming language, right? You got to be careful with the insults when talking to men about their preferences, right? If women have a preference, it's looked at as positive. Oh, she has standards. If a man has a standard, it looked at as you're a misogynist, you're a tyrant, you're evil. Put him in jail, kill him, right? It's crazy how men are talked about if you have a standard. And men should have standards. I think more men should have that today. But that's where we're going to leave it at, guys. I appreciate you watching this video with me, checking it out. Like I said, check out Circuit of Kings. I am going to leave the link to this video down below. And definitely go ahead and subscribe to him. Check him out. He has some really good content. I like it because he goes straight to the point. He's like a straight to the point, and he hits home with it. And I'm a fan of his stuff, and he's doing pretty good over there. So, like I say, until next time, guys, welcome to the Blacksmith. We'll do it again. If you made it this far, smash the like button and leave a comment down below to trigger the YouTube algorithm. I'm a new channel and I'm trying to grow. So hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to let you know every time I upload a new video.
You get on down, close my eyes, take me for a ride.